we do not have any good news as the week rolls on, especially when it comes to our weather and the drought situation. We had been talking about over in West Plains, they had been about the only spot in this brown. Now they're in red for extreme drought, and now a good chunk of the area is under severe drought. That's because it has been so dry for so long. That also means with severe drought overtaking a good chunk of the area, we now have the moderate drought moving up, and we've also got the abnormally dry conditions. So that means every county in our immediate viewing area is experiencing some kind of drought to some kind of level, and it's not going to improve. 7th in range line, you can see it's sunny, it's hot, and when we take a look at the current conditions, it's also very, very dry. As a matter of fact, because of how dry it is, look, it's 96 with a feels like of 95 because the dew point is down, and that humidity is bone dry at 27%. And it's that way across the entire region, unfortunately. We're sitting in the lower to mid-90s. Temperatures will continue to climb throughout the afternoon, and we'll talk about that right now. We are going to head for highs in the lower 100s again and again and again, and the conditions are going to stay dry and dry and dry. Temperatures dipping off into the lower 80s by midnight. Overnight lows in the lower to mid 70s across the board. The Skywatch Storm Tracker is showing some activity out in southeast Kansas. You watch here, but it's not really going to do much for the temperatures, and it is absolutely not going to do much for the drought. I know we're at that point, any rain helps, but this is just not going to be enough. In fact, still have heat advisories for northeast Oklahoma, northwest Arkansas that run through 8. And although all of these areas are no longer under advisories, as I just mentioned, it's still hot, which means it can still be dangerous outside. So over the next 24 hours, it's still going to be hot. We get a nice evening. We have maybe one more of these before the overnight lows start getting bad again. And then as we head into tomorrow, those temperatures soar right back up into the lower 100s under sunny skies. So that brings us to some extreme heat safety tips. We've got to remind you, even though there's not advisories, it's still very hot and it can still be very dangerous. So make sure you're staying hydrated, limit those outdoor activities, wear lightweight, light-colored clothes, and check on the elderly and the pets. Future Track does not show us much in the way of good news. We have some passing cloud cover, a stray shower or two as we head into Friday, otherwise completely dry. And then there's the 7-day forecast, and we still have those alert days out. We've got lower 100s to approaching 110 as we start off next week, hence the alert days. These nice evenings disappear as overnight lows start dropping off into the lower 80s to start your day, which is also not going to help. The only bit of respite we have is heading into next week. By Wednesday, you see that? We have a decent shot of some showers and thunderstorms Friday night. That is the earliest any relief may come is by Friday night. And even that isn't 100% guaranteed. As you know, we're still a week out from this, and it may be one of those systems that falls apart. We're hoping that that's not the case, that we do get this rain, but even then, it's not going to be enough yet to help out with this drought situation, which, as you saw on the drought map, is only getting worse. It's only getting worse, and we're taking calls from farmers in the area that are suffering losses now because their crops are dying. They're burning up because there's no humidity in the air even for them to draw from to get some kind of moisture. And the situation, again, does not improve for a while.
And it's a trickle down to the consumer too, because when there's not as many crops that are harvested because of Mother Nature, then the prices are going to go up at the store too. Yeah. So, and that's something we're going to have to watch. You know, we may not be at that point just yet, but I mean, if these drought conditions don't let up, and you saw how the severe drought expanded significantly, if it continues to expand, then this situation is only going to get worse over the next several days. It affects everybody.
It does.
Right. Thanks, Chris.